Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Evolve with Emily show. I am your host, Emily Hayden, and you are listening to another Monday message. Every single Monday, I bring a message of the day to you guys. So here's today's message. Everybody wants to know how to build, drive, and grit, killer instinct, the champion mentality. And I think there is one element that drives the drive, the grit, the intensity, the killer instinct, the champion mentality that a lot of people are missing right now. And I believe that that element is hunger, a deep, insatiable hunger for whatever it is that you're going after. I think there's so many people in life right now that have found themselves in a spot of complacency, and they have believed the illusion, the lie, that they're happy in that complacency. That complacency does not have any purpose. It has no fulfillment. It has no satisfaction. How can you be proud of yourself when you were staying complacent? I think that those people have believed this illusion, this lie, that they're happy giving the status quo because it doesn't require much for them. It actually allows for laziness. And I'm telling you what, there is no fulfillment in laziness. There is no purpose in laziness. So if you're being really honest, you actually aren't all that happy being complacent. You've just realized that it doesn't require much work. So ask yourself, what in my life is keeping me complacent? There is something in your life that is feeding you just enough to keep you stuck, just enough to keep you there. There are some times in our lives when we experience something really negative and it brings us down really, really in a drastic way. And that's really easy to identify and to decide that we can't allow it in our lives. But what's actually harder to recognize and realize is that there's something in our lives that's keeping us complacent. It's feeding us just enough to make us not do anything. What is it for you? Is it a job? Is it a consistent paycheck where you don't really have to do much for it and you just get it anyways? That keeps you from pursuing something more, that keeps you from pursuing what you might have actually been created to do? Is it a relationship? Are you getting just enough of your needs met to kind of brush under the rug the fact that they're emotionally abusive and they're emotionally distant and they're actually not really there for you in the most important things, but they do show up and clean the dishes and do these certain things that make you feel like, well, it's, not bad enough to leave, so I guess I'll stay. Where in your life are you keeping yourself complacent? Where in your life have you accepted the status quo? Accepting the status quo is not something that is ever going to drive your purpose and drive where it is that you want to go in life. You want to know how to get drive and how to get grit and how to have this champion mentality. You have to have something worth fighting for. And in order to fight for something, you have to have a hunger for something. You have to want the more. You have to want what's next. You have to want a more satisfying life, a more fulfilling life, a happier life, a peaceful life, all of which exist if you'll simply believe that it exists and align your energy and actions to that belief. However, if you still believe the lie that you're happy being complacent, then ask yourself, why is it that in the middle of the night, you're anxious? Why is it that in the middle of the night, you can't sleep? Why is it that in the middle of the night, you feel emptiness inside? You feel no drive, you feel no purpose, you feel no pull towards anything. Look at your life and ask yourself, where am I staying complacent? What in my life is feeding me just enough to not make me go after anything more? Maybe you don't have the hunger that you need, the pain that you need in order to reach that next level of yourself, in order to push yourself to study extra after work and to get that next certification and to sign up for a coaching program and to push yourself to develop into a better version of yourself. What is it in your life that's keeping you complacent? Because complacency is the place where people can walk around in daily life, yet be completely dead inside. You want to have that champion mentality. You want to have that all out drive and grit and relentless attitude towards something in life. You got to first figure out what's keeping you fed just enough to keep you complacent. You got to figure out, where's that hunger? Where's that fight? Man, some of you have lost your fight. Some of you used to have this fighter mentality, used to have this no excuses mentality, used to have this victor mentality that no matter what, you're going to get to where you're going. And somewhere in your life, you started going down a different path. You started adopting a new mindset. You started adopting new beliefs that was the old you, and that the current version of your life doesn't require that version of you. And that couldn't be a bigger lie. Stop believing the lies. Stop believing that you're not meant for something great. Stop believing that that's meant for everybody else. I don't know where it happened in your life, but somewhere along your path, you held on to this lie. Everything that we do starts in our mind. That's why I'm huge on mindset, huge on mentality. And I believe that you have to start to control the thoughts that you allow yourself to focus on and to manifest inside of your life. Because if you focused on that your life is not meant for greatness, that because you didn't get this goal that you set for yourself, maybe you're in the bodybuilding world and you had a goal of going pro, and for whatever reason, your life path has not taken you to go pro. And all of a sudden, you're under this assumption that your life wasn't meant for greatness. Maybe that just wasn't your path. Maybe that was your first step in acknowledging the fact that you can overcome really difficult things. Ask yourself, where in my life have I overcome something really difficult? Because that's the proof in the pudding. That shows you exactly what you're made of. And when you realize that you're made of more than you thought, you can overcome things that you thought you would never be able to overcome. You can actually overcome them. Then what are you going after in your life right now that's challenging? If you're not able to identify something in your life that is challenging right now that you were choosing to go through and to grow through, then what are you building in your life? If you're not going after something challenging, you're staying complacent. You're staying stuck. You're accepting the status quo. You're accepting the mediocrity of life. It's fine if that's what you want. It's fine if you feel fulfilled and that's the life that you're choosing. But if you find yourself unfulfilled, if you find yourself without a purpose, if you find yourself without drive and grit and determination and this champion mentality, you got to look at your life and ask, what's going on here? What do I need to change? What do I need to do differently? Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to overcoming really difficult things. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Break from that victim mentality that I'll never amount to anything, or my one shot in life and my one shot in chance has already come and gone. So I have to stay stuck and I have to stay small and I have to make myself smaller. I have to pretend that I'm okay with this status quo kind of life when in reality, I'm up all night with no purpose and no drive and no fulfillment, feeling like my life has no meaning. If you find yourself in that life, in that way of thinking and believing and acting, realize that there's something wrong. Everything inside of your life, everything inside of your heart and your soul, your spirit is screaming at you saying, there's more for your life. If you were really happy and fulfilled, then you would feel those feelings. You would feel the happiness, the fulfillment, the drive. You would get excited to wake up in the morning. So if those are not the results that you're experiencing, then listen to yourself, listen to your soul, and understand that there is more for your life. There is more meant for you. You're not meant to stay exactly where you are today. You're not even meant to ride on yesterday's successes and wins, but you're actually meant to discover more of yourself today, to discover more of who you are, to live more in your purpose, to figure out more about how you can help and serve others and be a betterment to this earth and to the people around you. That's why you're alive. You're not alive for no reason. You think you're just pointlessly and aimlessly walking around throughout life? No, there's a purpose for you. And if you're still here on earth, there's more for you to learn. There's more for you to develop. There's more for you to discover about yourself, to discover about the way that you're meant to impact this world. I really do believe that every single person that is listening to this has an impact that they are to make on the world. And if you haven't quite figured that out yet, welcome to most of the world. It's okay. We all have our own journeys of figuring that out. So what I hope to do is to bring your awareness to the place that you are staying complacent in today. Where are you complacent? Is it your relationship? Is it your job? Is it a paycheck that you get without even really trying? Is it social circumstances and groups that you know are keeping you small and keeping you stuck? Are you scared to put yourself in the other groups and environments that might grow you because it's uncomfortable? Face the fear and do it anyway, man. You literally only get one life. You only get one shot. Anytime you feel fear and you feel like you're staying stuck because of fear, just ask yourself, if I was going to die tomorrow, which option would I choose? If I knew I was going to die tomorrow, would I want to experience the possible thrill and beauty that life offers when you choose to grow and choose to challenge yourself? Or do I just want to stay exactly where I am in my fixed and victim mentality and possibly die tomorrow anyways? Choose the growth. Choose the more. Because that's where you'll find the purpose and the drive and the satisfaction and the fulfillment that maybe you've never experienced before. And maybe you don't know it's possible because maybe you haven't experienced it before. But I'm on the other side of this saying it exists. It doesn't just exist for me. It exists for you. It exists for the people around you. It exists for whoever will align their beliefs, energy, and actions. If you'll do those things, you can experience the fulfillment, the purpose, the drive, the grit, the champion mentality. The champion mentality is all about a no excuses, no other option mentality. There is no plan B in the champion mentality. When you talk to somebody with a champion mentality, they're going to tell you, I may not know exactly how, but I am going to get there and I will never stop until I get there. The victim mentality is going to tell you all the reasons why they can't, all the excuses why they can't, all the reasons why they're the least qualified, all the reasons why everybody else can do it except for them. That's the victim mentality. That's the victim mentality that's going to keep you stuck, that's going to keep you feeling hopeless and unfulfilled and non-passionate, feeling like you're not a passionate person. No, everybody has these things inside of them, but it's up to you to walk the path and to discover them for yourselves. And once you start to realize that you do have passion inside of you, you do have purpose inside of you, you can experience fulfillment. I guarantee you, you will never accept a complacent life ever again. You will have no tolerance for it in your life. So figure out where you have that complacency in your life. Decide to challenge yourself and to go after something big and surround yourself with other people doing the same. That's today's message. I hope you guys enjoyed today's message. If you did, please do me a favor and share it on your Instagram stories, text it to a friend, share it with somebody that you love, that you feel could get value out of this. If you enjoy these episodes, give me your feedback, send me a DM, rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. That would really help me out. And I will see you guys for the next message.